Good morning, I'm Dr. Farzana Haratian, a psychologist in supervised practice at CPBAO, Ontario, Canada, under the expert supervision of Dr. Wendy Ledoux and Dr. Bahirai. Today I'm going to talk about our digital footprint in Ontario. Practicing online isn't just about choosing a platform. It's about operating within a rigorous hierarchy of law and ethics. Whether we call it telepsychology or virtual care or online session, the regulations of the CPBAO, formerly CPO, demand that we be present and protective in a digital room as we are in a physical one. And to understand our obligations, we must look at the pecking order of Ontario law. What is it? Regulated Health Professions Act, RHPA, and also the Psychology and Applied Behavior Analyst Act. These give us our controlled acts. And second, and perhaps most vital for online work, is PHIPA, the Personal Health Information Protection Act, which is the law of the land in Ontario. It dictates that as psychologists, we are health information custodians. And a standard Zoom account or a regular email is not just a bad idea, it's a potential violation of provincial law. If your digital tools aren't PHIPA compliant, you are practicing outside the legal framework of Ontario. Standard 6 is very important to observe. What is it? The core of confidentiality. Let's talk about a 6, which is a professional conduct. In the digital world, a 6 transforms from a policy into a technical requirement. Privacy isn't just about not telling secrets, it's about data integrity. Before the first session, you must conduct a technology-informed consent. You have to tell the client explicitly that while you use encrypted platforms, the internet is never 100% secure. Verification is very important. When we are online, how do we know that the person on the screen is who they say they are? In supervised practice, definitely, particularly, it's important that we ensure we have verified the client's identity and, crucially, their physical location. Under CPBAO rules, the service happens where the client is. If your client is in Ottawa, you are practicing in Ontario. If they drive across the border to Quebec or New York for the weekend, you may no longer be authorized to provide that session unless you are registered in that jurisdiction. You must check their location every single time. And about the standards 5 and 9, consent and record keeping. We cannot talk about a 6 without touching on standards 5 and 9. The online space requires a failure plan. What happens if the screen freezes during the trauma-informed session? Your consent forms must outline exactly how you will reconnect or ensure the client's safety if something happens to the technology. If technology stops to work properly, it fails. And standard 9, record keeping, reminds us that digital records are permanent. In Ontario, we keep records for 10 years, or 10 years after a minor turns 18. If you are using a cloud-based note-taking system, S6 and S9 combined mean you must ensure that even the metadata is protected. As a supervised member, I am also responsible. We have to consider that, to confirm that we have appropriate access to these records for review while maintaining the client's privacy from third-party hackers. Emergency preparedness and boundaries. One of the biggest ethical chokes in online counseling is crisis management. If a client expresses any attempts of suicide in a physical office, we have a protocol. What is it? You need the local emergency numbers of the client's specific neighborhood. You cannot rely on 911 from your own city to reach a client 3 hours away. This is a mandatory observable under the CPBAO telepsychology standard. So, as I conclude, remember that being and working as a psychologist have a lot of responsibilities. It means we have a double layer of attention to everything. We owe it to our clients and our supervisors to treat the online room with the same sanctity as a locked office. By adhering to PHIPA and respecting the jurisdictional boundaries of the CPBAO and strictly following S6 privacy standards, we ensure that technology remains a tool for healing rather than a liability. Thank you.